My name is Jordan Simmons, and I ran my first half marathon on June 21st, 2025, in good old Seattle, Washington, Seward Park. Now, I have ran 2 full marathons prior to this, but this is the first time I decided to take on the 13.1 mile distance. I have ran several 13 mile plus long runs, and also within the marathons have obviously ran the halfway point to those because I finished both races. Today, I'm going to break down in this video, I'm going to break down the splits, what I did, and how I feel now that some time has passed since this half marathon occurred. It was one of my... It's one of the things I'm the most proud of that I've done. It was difficult, but at the same time, it was very rewarding because it's something that I hadn't done yet officially. So let's get into it. Now, something that I hadn't done in prior full marathons is be top 10 in my division. So this is actually the first, not only is the first half marathon that I've ran, but this is also the first race that I've ran at being 40 years old. So trying to show that us old men can still get after it. So the first mile that I ran was a 7:10 split. Now, granted, a little bit of a backstory leading up to this. So the all the influencers and all of good old Google and everyone else, they say that the most important night to get a good night's rest, good sleep, is not necessarily the night before the race, but the night before the night of the race. So 2 days out from the race. So that night I did have a good sleep, but the night prior to this, so on the 20th, because the race was the 21st, I had only 4 hours of sleep because I was too busy getting second place at the Street Fighter 6 Salon tournament that's also in Seattle, Washington. So I got second place there, had to go from Seattle to Linwood, and stayed up and watched a little bit of Love Island. Caught me there. So anyway, first mile, we ran 7:10. That's a pretty good pace. It's not blazing, but at the same time, it's definitely a good effort and more than an easy pace. Mile 2, 7:33. So I did slow down a bit, still trying to find my footing, but no pun intended. But also mile 2, that was the only purely net uphill. It was the hardest part of the race, and it was early, so I felt very confident. But I did feel strong, and I felt as though that I actually, at one point, was close to the person who ended up winning and running a 1:11, I believe, as far as their time. But at one point in time, I was pretty close to them, neck and neck with the winner, because of my strength in going uphill from the training. Mile 3. Ran a 6:50. So this is around my desired marathon pace. I pretty much told myself after mile 2, the uphillness, if it's anything besides uphill, so if it's downhill or just straight, I'm going to kill it. And I did. So same with mile 4. It was a little bit slower. So mile 4 was a little bit slower than mile 3, but still it was at a good pace that, I hope to emulate for the full marathon that I run in December. Actually, November 30th. So for the next Seattle marathon, which is November 30th. Hope to run that pace. Now, mile 5, I ran a 7:10, so that's very similar to the start of the race. So I was significantly slowing down. A little bit getting in my head. It was rainy, and there are some other paces that I need to go through. So let me go back, actually. Mile 5, 7:10. Mile 6, 7:19. Mile 7, 7:02. And mile 8, 7:30. These paces... It's within that 7 range. 7:30 is getting at the highest place. I think that was the slowest mile that I ran, and I'm not sure. I'll have to check the rest of it. But my goal was to hover around anywhere between pretty much 7:10 to 6:40 was like the range that I was hoping to run at. So mile 9 was 7:18, mile 10 was 7:12, mile 11 was 7:07, and mile 12 was 7:16. So this is around the same pace. So I pretty much ran pretty consistently within the lower 7-minute range. I felt the strongest. I felt stronger as time went on, and I knew that my fueling and my hydration was on point. I did run with a bottle on hand, and I did take electrolytes whenever I stopped. So I stopped at most of the aid stations to get refuel on electrolytes and water at some points. I did use goo gels. The first goo gel completely slipped out of my hands. I didn't want to go double back to get out of it, so get it back. So I let it be. But I took a gel. I had a gel and a scratch bar before the race, and then I had 3 gels total, 2 of them caffeinated. But really, to me, the thing that I'm most proud of is that I ran a 6:31 for that mile 13. I gave it everything that I had. I think that's the lowest, one of the lowest marathon paced miles that I've ran in any form of actual sanctioned race. The fastest mile that I've ran so far recorded is 5:55, but I've gotten paces as low as 3:24. I had a 3:24 for like half a mile or so, but really the fastest mile that I've ran is 5:55. So 6:31. That is pretty much my goal for the next marathon, is 6:31 the whole way, flat. But I did have a little bit, if you notice early in the video, you'll notice that I missed the turn at the end, so I had to slow down, so that's why. But I did try to sprint to pick myself back up. But so the point 1 was very slow. But mile 13, 6:31, that's what I'm most proud of. And at that point, I was seventh. I was 7th place, but I ended up being 9th place in the division. So for 40-year-olds. So personal best, 1:33:57. It's something that I am very proud of. I worked really hard for. Obviously, the goal, you always want to shoot for an hour and a half, just so you have a good pacing for trying to get a sub 3. But really, my goal is to qualify for Boston for 2027. So 3:05, 3 hours, like that's what I'm looking for the full marathon. So this half marathon, to me, I feel as though is a good indication of where my fitness is. I've put in a lot of work. I have been really consistent with my mileage. I'm going to step it up soon, but I am going to take a break. I've actually ran at least one day of the week, or at least have some mileage every day, if not walking, for 49 straight weeks. So I'm going to take a full week off, probably a full week off of lifting and running next week. But, I am very pleased with the results. And, we can go ahead and talk about some of the things I did differently compared to my other races, and then the good, the bad, the ugly, pretty much. So I say number one thing that was different between this race and the Seattle Marathon and Eugene Marathon, the full marathons, the full races, was the weather. So this is the first time that I've ran an official race in the rain. It was raining the whole time. It was raining beforehand. This is also the first time that I ran this course. So I haven't ran I didn't run the actual course beforehand. Not that I did for Eugene, but I did run here and there. I'm more used to for the Seattle area, actually downtown Seattle and whatnot. But Seward Park, very beautiful. It was very surreal, a lot of water. I enjoyed it a lot, and I plan on running this again next year. But yeah, so running in the rain, it was the first time that I ran a full full joggers, so 32 cools. I train in these, and I enjoy them just because they have room for my gels. I had Audium, my fiance, hold my phone, so I didn't have my phone. I did have my camera, but I did not. So here's another thing that's different compared to the other ones is I did not document mile per mile because I was very locked in. So long pants. I wore the R3s, so first time wearing R3s in a race. No surprise that I PR'd while having the R3s because these shoes are beastly. I definitely will be racing in them again, but I did miss. I was reminiscing about, the Sauconys, the Endorphin Elites. I really enjoyed those shoes and the Alpha Flies, but I have a very wide range of training and racing shoes now. I'm starting to become that guy. I've always been a sneakerhead. That's no secret there. But as far as actually running shoes, marathon shoes, training, speed work, all that, I'm DMs are open. If there's any top secret project you want me to be a part of, let's get after it. So that was something different too. Wearing the R3s. Things that were very similar. Carb loading. I was real degaff with my diet leading up to it. The week before, the Saturday before, was Audium and my engagement party. So had a lot to drink, good food, good company, very fun. I was very hungover that Sunday. But pretty much from then on I was locked in, trying to get locked in at least I should say. But yeah, diet wise, I did carb load a lot. I had a lot of carbs. I tried to as much as I can, including the night before having some non-alcoholic beer and some French fries, and then also when I got back from Seattle to Audium's place, I did have some tortillas with apples and peanut butter. So that was pretty good. It was good carb sources. So what else was different this time around? Not going straight to the race day of. So usually when it was the Eugene one and also the Seattle Marathon, like to have a hotel on premises. It's just of ease and just don't have to wake up as early. But we woke up early. I woke up 4:45 and we're out of there. And then, Ubered there, Ubered back. It was light work. So that was different. I kind of liked it in a way. I kind of liked the chaos of it. And I actually was started to get really excited. I was nervous, but I also was excited, because at the end of the day, I was just saying to myself, well, it's I know what a marathon, and sometimes when you're crazy enough to start with things that are harder, it makes it so the easy is easier, so to speak. But I will never disrespect the 13.1 distance as far as to say that it's easy. It is easier comparatively, of course, but it definitely was challenging and probably some of the most fun and most fulfilling miles I've ever ran, if I'm going to be completely 100% honest. Yeah, so pretty much, in conclusion, I had a great time. I'm very blessed and lucky to have Audium support me. She's always been there each race. I have supporters everywhere, of course, that are keeping track. But as far as, being there, when the mileage gets tough and your brain starts to rot and you just think about everything. Like for me, knowing that Audium's at the end, waiting for me, that really motivated me. And that 6:31 was just I can't wait to see her. That was one of my favorite moments. And I definitely will run another half marathon at some point. I'm not sure if I will run another race before the Seattle Marathon, but I think this gives me a good indication of where I'm at. 133 at this point, so pretty much 7 months out, close to it. We have a good chance. We have a good chance, for 5 months out or so, I should say, about 5 months out from the marathon, and I think that I can. I really believe that I can get sub 3. And even if not, I believe that I can PR. So that's always the improving. Like, I don't want to stay stagnant. I don't want to be dead set on this is the time, but I want to challenge myself and really put in the work and put in the mileage just to see how far I've came from the 347. So being 40 years old, and running this and, getting top 10 in the division and almost achieving that sub 130, it really has, it's made me really proud of myself. And, I'm very humbled and just blessed to be able to do this. It was hella rainy, it was cold, it was early, but I just kept smiling myself when the pain got there. It was just like, I can't believe I get to do this, and I'm doing it again. Like, I've had trained for weeks. I've put in the time, and the time came, and it just goes by in an instant. But next stop is the Seattle Marathon. That's officially on there, but I might try to do a virtual race or try to do another marathon as well, because I have the itch to run that, and I just want to challenge myself. But some more goals, for next year and beyond the Seattle Marathon is I want to run an ultra at some point, and I want to run for 24 hours. So, both preferably, but I want to run a 24-hour race, and I want to run 50 miles. So those are the next two steps. We'll see how it goes for there. And of course, the goals still remain to get into Boston and to run in all the majors, and then also run all of the continents as well, and especially Africa, to honor my fiance. So thank you for joining me with this. It's a little, I apologize for the rambling. This is off the cuff, but just want to let everyone know that I can't do this without your support, and I truly am powered up, and I feel like I'm the best version of myself because of everyone's support. So thank you so much, and I can't wait to run some more. So take care, and I ran a half marathon, 1:33:57. Take care.